Good morning. It's Tuesday, August the 27th, 2013. This is the AGORACOM News TV. This is a program where we go over the various different news releases out, try to find the best of those on a daily basis, and help you to find some good companies to do your homework on, and hopefully find some investment winners in there as well. I'm Alan Barry Labucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. We're down to the last week of summer here before the Labor Day long weekend, and as usual, it's a bit of a slow period as far as the news goes. This is also a pretty good time usually for seasonality. Oftentimes you'll see during this part of the year that stocks tend to trade a lot lower volumes, and that can create some very good opportunities. We've done a lot of shows over the summertime with covering a lot of great companies, and so I think it's time to look over your shopping list and maybe try to find some of those bargains that are happening this week, the last week of August. So naturally, there's a little less news than we've been seeing recently, but I still found 5 really good news releases here to talk about, so we'll get right into it. The first company that I wanted to talk about today is a company called Galantas Gold. They received core drilling results from their Omagh gold property near Omagh County, Tyrone, Northern Ireland. Core 147 was drilled on the Central Joshua vein by their in-house crew and rig. The results averaged 12.4 grams per ton gold over a true width of vein of 2.8 meters. The top of the mineralized intersect is estimated to be at a vertical depth of 137 meters, so very close to surface. The hole was terminated at a downhole length of 171 meters. Core 147 is the second deepest intersect yet drilled on the Joshua vein. It is situated approximately 50 meters south of Core 103, which, as the deepest intersect so far, found 8.4 grams per ton gold over a true width of 4.5 meters at a vertical depth of 160.6 meters. Their Core 114B, collared close to Core 147, intersected 6.5 grams per ton gold over a true width of 1.1 meters. So they're getting an understanding of the high grade in their drilling. They noted that a follow-up core core drilling has been commenced near Core 147, which targets the vein at a shallower depth, so closer to the surface. The Joshua vein is so far known to extend over 836 meters along strike. The current geological model, which is the latest core result further supports, indicates a high gold accumulation along an approximate 325 meter southern central strike length, which is open to depth. Quote from Mr. Phelps, who commented, and I quote, "Joshua vein continues to reveal itself with a further excellent drill result and has justified the company's continuing exploration commitment," end quote. So there's a project in Ireland, Northern Ireland. This is the second company I've recently talked about in Northern Ireland. Not an area that I've seen a lot of drilling, but this is a second high-grade kind of project I've seen in Northern Ireland. So it's a good one to do some homework on. The stock symbol on that is GAL, and it trades on the Venture Exchange. The next company is Continental Gold. They released the results for 6 diamond drill holes in their Veda Sur vein system and 2 drill holes in their La Estera area as part of the company's exploration program at the Buritica project in Antioquia, Colombia. 8 drills are currently on site as part of the company's Phase 4 diamond drill program for 2013-2014. Their goal is delivering robust mineral resource growth and upgrading inferred resources into the measured and indicated categories and under National Instrument 43-101 guidelines. Highlights from their drilling: all 5 underground drill holes and a more deeply drilled surface collared hole in Veta Sur were successful in infilling the deposit, extending existing veins, and encountering new veins outside of the current resource envelope. One of their holes had a broad, high-grade interval, which include 28.4 meters at 20.5 grams per ton gold and 135 grams per ton silver. They had a high-grade subinterval in there of 1.35 meters at 82 grams per ton gold and 54 grams per ton silver. They had another hole that had 10.9 meters of 10.8 grams per ton gold and 85 grams of silver. Included in there was a 1 meter interval of 97.4 grams per ton gold and 510 grams per ton silver. There's a quote from Ari Sussman, who is the chief executive officer of Continental Gold, and he stated, and I quote, "Buritica continues to deliver robust surprises. Busy 343 deviated significantly to the northeast from its intended location, yet ended up significantly extending Veta Sur. The drilled dimensions of the Veta Sur vein have now increased at a depth to approximately 700 meters along strike by 1,300 meters vertically. Additionally, new silver-rich veins continue to be intersected to the north of the system. With over 50 holes in the queue for logging, cutting, and assaying, and 8 drill rigs turning, we anticipate the latter part of 13 will provide a great deal of useful information for the next resource estimate update." Their stock symbol is CNL on the Toronto Exchange. Now, you know, Colombia is a pretty risky place to be doing exploration. Certain parts of Colombia are more risky than other parts of Colombia, but I just can't ignore a project that is getting these kind of healthy intersections of such high-grade gold. And so I'm going to be doing some more homework on this one. It looks like they've got some good potential to increase their resource calculations. They did a lot of infill drilling so they can upgrade their resource calculations. And it looks like they're extending into zones where they had previously done no drilling. So it's a very interesting project, again, in Colombia. So want to keep that in mind when you're doing your research on this one. Again, the stock symbol is CNL, and that trades on the Toronto Exchange. The next company is St. Andrew Goldfields. They provided an update on recent underground definition drilling program at their Taylor project located in the western portion of their land package in Timmins Mining District, northeastern Ontario. The drill program focused on the eastern portion of the 1004 lens of the West Porphyry zone. Highlights of the drilling included one hole had 11.56 grams per ton gold over 16.2 meters, including 12.48 grams per ton gold over 14.7 meters. Another hole had 5.49 grams per ton gold over 27.7 meters, 8.25 grams per ton gold uncut. So they've got some high grade, when you have these potential for nugget effects, they do these cutting of the grade. So that's why this company gives both the uncut and the cut grades. They have to sort of cap how high they can put in there, simply because it could, nugget gold could affect the representative grade. So that's a cautious thing that they do to sort of prevent that from happening. Another hole had 6.62 grams per ton gold over 18.3 meters, which was 9.79 grams per ton gold uncut. Another hole had 5.92 grams per ton gold over 28.2 meters. They didn't do an uncut number on that one. They had another hole with 14.12 grams per ton gold over 18.6 meters, which was 21.67 grams per ton gold uncut. And another hole had 8.64 meters, or 8.64 grams per ton gold over 10.7 meters. So, you know, they're getting very good grades of gold over very significant intersections, in the potential for some very high grades as well. There's a quote from Jacques Terran, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of St. Andrew Goldfields, and he stated, and I quote, "This most recent phase of drilling at Taylor has returned impressive results, which further encourages us to continue our work at Taylor. The recent drill results on the 1004 lens on the WPZ, which is the largest and most important area, demonstrates the potential for wide and high-grade gold mineralization. Over the next few months, the focus of our team will be to carefully analyze this information to better understand the geologically and structurally complex deposit. We continue to believe that Taylor has the potential to become an important contributor to the future of SAS." End quote. So, very good results on that company, very good intersections, really good grades. It's in Timmins, Ontario. Definitely one you want to do your homework on. This one's stock symbol is SAS, and that trades on the Toronto Exchange. Next company is Metanor Resources. Metanor has a record gold pour of 1,001 ounces last week. This pour corresponds to 1 week's production at the Bachelor project. Additionally, they ramped up activities continuing on levels 10 to 14, where the reserves are located based on their National Instrument 43-101 technical report, which was dated April the 26th, 2011, which is available on CDAR. This zone corresponds to the east zone as described in the recent drill results published August the 22nd, 2013. I'm sure you can find that on the company's website. Also, development drilling activities are continuing toward the new west zone of the projects on level 12 and 13. Ghislaine Morin, President and Chief Executive Officer of Metanor, added, and I quote, "We're very grateful to all of our employees for their efforts, which are key to Metanor reaching its goal of commercial production in a responsible manner and in a secure environment." This weekly record pour confirms that Metanor has the required resources in place and is well on its way toward reaching commercial production. End quote. I'm pretty sure that that Bachelor project is in Quebec. I'm certain it's in Canada. You can check that on the company's website. The stock symbol for that one is MTO. You know, here's a company that's, you know, growing their production. And I'm sure down the road we'll see some data on the numbers on their costs and how much, if they're, you know, turning a profit. Gold has definitely been coming up recently, so you know, they've got a better price to sell it in than earlier, just in the last couple months. And the final news release today is from Alpha Minerals. They responded to Fission's proposal. Yesterday, I talked at length about the press release that Fission put out regarding a takeover offer that they put out for Alpha Minerals. These two companies are 50-50 joint venture partners on the Patterson Lake South project, and you can look at yesterday's show to find my what I talked about on that. And now Alpha has put out their response, so I wanted to talk about that. They noted that they received on August the 23rd a non-binding proposal from Fission Uranium, their joint venture partner on the Patterson Lake project, on which Fission would be prepared to consider making an offer to acquire all of the outstanding shares of Alpha. The proposal, which is described in a news release issued by Fission earlier today, that was yesterday, stipulated that it would expire on August the 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alpha has formed a special committee comprised of 3 independent directors and engaged financial advisors and legal counsel. After a careful review of the proposal by Alpha directors and its special committee, together with legal and financial advisors, Alpha provided Fission with a written response prior to the expiry time, advising that the timing of the proposal provided little opportunity for Alpha to consider the complex structure and content of the proposal. Alpha has also raised concerns about the timing of the proposal in relation to the continuing active and very material drill program at PLS. In light of these considerations, Alpha requested additional time from Fission beyond the expiry time to consider the proposal and its implications to Alpha shareholders. Alpha has been an active participant in continuing dialogue with Fission over the past several months regarding consolidation. Alpha and its team of financial and legal advisors wish to review further the interest expressed by Fission in its proposal forwarded on Friday. Alpha and its advisors look forward to continuing the dialogue with Fission on the matter of consolidating PLS and maximizing shareholder value. Alpha will continue to update its shareholder on the progress of the proposal as and when information is available. So yesterday, Fission expressed that they had put a proposal to Alpha and that it wasn't accepted, and that they were considering the possibility of a hostile takeover. It now looks like Alpha Minerals felt that they received that on a Friday afternoon, had to make a decision by Sunday, didn't have enough time to do that, but is still interested in, wanted more time, which I think sounds reasonable, and they wanted to, and they still want to consider that proposal. So, you know, I'm sure we're seeing the legal mechanization of a hostile takeover offer, which, who knows, may turn friendly down the road, or, you know, or it was attempted to be friendly. It looks like it's got the potential of being hostile. Who knows, maybe down the road it will get friendly again. It does look like Alpha's interested in the proposal, but they just have to review it thoroughly for their shareholders and consider all shareholder value, but they are interested in maximizing the shareholder value of the project. I'm a big fan of this project. I think this Patterson Lake South is one of the best discoveries I've seen in many years in Saskatchewan. It's very high grade. It's got, so far for a high grade discovery, quite a significant footprint in the drilling that they've done to sort of get a understanding of the three dimensions of the various zones along strike of this discovery. It's again very high grade. It's close to surface. These are all things that every major mining company that's involved in uranium will be. I'm certain that every major mining company is looking at this project closely. And so, you know, whether these two companies are able to put it all together into one 100% owned project or not in the next little while still remains to be seen. But on those two companies, Alpha Minerals is AMW on the Venture Exchange. Fission is FCU on the Venture Exchange as well. Two really good uranium companies. I like this project a lot. I think down the road it will be a mine, and it will be a target of a takeover by a major uranium mining company. Whether that's at going after the 50-50 partners, or who knows, down the road maybe they'll be going after a 100%, one company that owns 100%. On that note, that's it for the news today. As you know, as I always like to stress, the show is what I do every day is a discipline that I've gone through for several years since I started my Allenberry reports back in 2005. I go through all the press releases on a daily basis. I try to find the best of those to do my homework on, And that's how I've found winners, a lot of winners in the past, and I think it's a good discipline that I'm doing the work for you to filter those out. And I think that you can find lots of good companies to do your homework on in our morning shows Monday through Thursday, and to ultimately help you find some winners in there. On that note, I'm going to close, but before closing, I always want to stress that it's important for you to do your homework and speak with your financial advisors before making any investment decisions. I look forward to seeing you again on tomorrow's show. Have a great day.